Scientists put a small white mouse into a cage, but the water inside was not normal water. It was a special liquid that allowed all living creatures to breathe freely underwater. At first, the little mouse struggled in pain. Everyone panicked and thought the experiment had failed, but after a short while, it started swimming and breathing normally. Dozens of minutes later, the scientists pulled it out, and it was still active and healthy. Then, they poured the same liquid into a man's mask to test if humans could also breathe underwater. The man needed to dive 30,000 meters below the sea, where the pressure could crush a person instantly. With this liquid, he could resist the extreme pressure. After everything was ready, the man entered the water. As he kept diving, he quickly passed 2,000 meters and thought he could set a world record. But when he reached 3,000 meters, his face twisted in pain, and the flashlight in his hand shattered. Soon, his mind became blurry, and he unknowingly sent a message to his teammates. The woman on the team was worried but could only encourage him. Suddenly, the detectors failed, and they could no longer see the man's situation. He kept sinking until he reached the deepest part of the ocean. At the critical moment, the man suddenly regained consciousness. He quickly reported to his team, and everyone finally breathed a sigh of relief. Soon after, he successfully disabled the nuclear bomb's fuse and completed the mission. However, the oxygen left in his mask was only enough for 5 minutes. There was no time to return to the base. Just when everyone had lost hope, a mysterious glowing figure appeared. At first, it looked like a jellyfish, but when he looked closely, it was actually an alien. It reached out its hand as if it wanted to save him. In fact, the team already knew aliens existed. Not long ago, they had been on a sea base performing another mission. That night, everyone was sleeping when a strange beam of light appeared inside the chamber. The light slowly floated toward the rooms. One woman noticed the abnormality and quickly woke up her teammates. Then, the glowing water stopped right in front of her. To their shock, it changed into her shape and even copied her movements. Seeing this, everyone was stunned. One girl reached out and touched it, discovering it was just ordinary seawater. At that moment, they all realized there was something mysterious under the ocean. Suddenly, the glowing liquid moved again and stopped in front of a small nuclear bomb. Everyone became nervous and quickly shut the safety doors. The next second, the glowing form instantly turned back into seawater. Panicking, one man ignored the team's warnings and activated the nuclear bomb, dropping it into the deep sea. He wanted to destroy the unknown creature, but there were many detectors and valuable research data below. To prevent everything from being destroyed, the man dove into the deep ocean. He managed to disable the bomb, but in the end, the alien took him away.